good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome, one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Gamer, and welcome to our playthrough of Pathfinder Curse of the Crimson Throne using Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It is so good to see all of you amazing and wonderful people here. Thank you so much. That's odd, strange, and broken image. Oh no, who's breaking on things? I think they're fixed. Maybe. I hope. Maybe. Yes, good to see you all. Cass Khan, good to see you. Welcome, OG Christina, Schoolie into his house. We also have none other than Vancouver by Night. Welcome in, my dear friends. Marcus the Storyteller, good to see you, bud. Because, well, I mean, I can't see you, but it's good to have you here. But yeah, no, welcome in, everyone. So good. For those of you who don't know what we're doing, we're playing a tabletop role-playing game. A tabletop role-playing game is a role-playing game in which I take on the role of the good guys, the bad guys, the in-between guys, as well as the arbitrate the rules, dole out the consequences, and tell a damn good story. My players, these amazing Patreons of mine, look at them, aren't they so pretty? Look at them. They are here to play a game and take on the role of the titular heroes of our adventure as they work their way through the various challenges and try to emerge victorious against the things that I throw at them. Guys, say good morning to everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Good
morning.
Yay! They're so awesome. I love them. These amazing warriors of the dice. Take that, Dave. Are keen and ready to go. But before we get started, we have a few people to thank before we kick off, starting with our sponsors. Guys, we have a number of sponsors that we like to thank here at the Dead Gamer channel that help us keep the lights on, starting, of course, with none other than Hero Forge for the wonderful artwork you can see on stream here. Hero Forge is a robust and amazing 3D model making program that allows you to envision and bring to life any number of characters that you can imagine, whether it's Kitsune Druid or a Hell Knight from the Order of the Gate. There are so many options that it is hard-pressed for you to find something you will not be able to create. But that is not the most exciting thing. The most exciting thing is the fact that you can have these models 3D printed and sent to you at home, whether it's in color print, 3D premium plastic, or even as a 2D standee. They are all available for purchase. And yeah, even if you play online like me, it is a great commemorative token of your adventures as well. So yeah, there's that. Then, of course, we have the amazing sound effects of Sirenscape, which help bring to life a number of our adventures as we play. Last week, we were facing off against the dreaded Cindermore in the Hinterlands, in the Cinderlands, which, of course, we had the sound of Cindermore roaring and coming to life, which I shall share with everyone. Here we go. So amazing. Sound effects like this and many more make our game come to life. So if you get a chance to, hey, check out Sirenscape. And if you think you could use it for your own adventures, then do the thing. And then, of course, we have our VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, which is currently going through a few hiccups, but that is not Fantasy Grounds' fault. That is my fault. I had to do some housekeeping on the Fantasy Grounds side of things, and my players are fixing stuff. So if you have a few tech issues on Fantasy Grounds side, don't fret. That's not Fantasy Grounds' fault. That is mine. But yes, Fantasy Ground allows me to use a lot of my skills as a GM and focus on the things that really matter, which are, of course, the story and my players, while it continues to do all of the heavy lifting surrounding the mechanics of the various systems I use, whether it's Pathfinder, a Free League publishing game, Dungeons & Dragons. It is an absolutely amazing tool for any prospective online GM. Yay. Cool. Done. Next, let's, of course, turn our attention now to the stars of our show, and that is, of course, our amazing players as they introduce themselves and the characters in which they are about to embark on this adventure with, starting with none other than Twiff.
Hello, everyone. I am Twiff, and I am playing Padrick, who is a spell shot gunslinger. Padrick is a half-elf of a not particularly, or at least wasn't particularly important noble house in Corvosa. He's the third son. He was going to go to wizard school. And due to circumstances, he was framed for murder, kicked out of school, disinherited from his family, and turned his burgeoning interest in magic into fusing magic with firearms. He's extracted his revenge on Gadrid Lamb, who got him framed in the first place, met up with these fine people along the way, saved the city multiple times, including from the Blood Veil, but now we're trying to save it from the Queen herself because she seems to be enthralled by an undead dragon spirit. That's why we've got here, where we just escaped uh, being eaten, and in Patrick's case, being chased by a giant fire sandworm. And we're now just chilling, getting ready to go torment ourselves some more.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you. Next up, playing the role of Holly is our friend Mally.
Hello, everybody. I'm playing Holly, who is a fairy noble, and when it came time to do her duty to her family, which is to get married, because that's all women are good for in nobility, she decided she was just gonna leave. So she wound up in Corvosa, and she found out that things weren't exactly like they were in all of the books that she had been reading, but she's trying really hard to be a very good person. Unfortunately, in the process of doing that, to save orphans from the plague, she wound up selling her soul to Asmodeus. So now she's an Asmodean cleric. She's not great at it, but she's trying really hard.
Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Next on our roll of characters, we have none other than Quinn, played by our dear friend Ire Janasi.
Hey there, Michael. How are you?
I'm super good, thank you. How are you?
Ready to roll some dice.
Heck yeah.
I am Air Janasi. I play Quinn. I'm an investigator and a native to the city of Corvosa. We are in the wastelands. I forget it's got a real name, but it's basically all desert and uninhabitable and uninviting, doing the trials of the Ashanti. I'm with this party, and we have a new member that I'm not sure I trust. And since Dante, I think, stepped away, Agnes, maybe?
Okay, yes, I'm Laura Bones, and I play Agnes, who is a psychic by class, a Verusian fortune teller by background, and she raised her daughter in the city and fell in with these lot on a shopping trip, and it escalated from there quite rapidly. And there was a lot of fire involved.
Honestly, that's kind of par for the course for us. That explains the whole campaign.
It really does. Yeah. All right. And then, of course, we have new to our group of adventurers, Alexander the Hell Knight, played by our friend Marcus the Storyteller.
Yes, hello. I'm Marcus. I'm playing Alexander. Not much is known other than he revealed that he was on his way home to Corvosa, and that his older sister is. Would she be an acquaintance or a friend of the party?
I think
An
acquaintance / colleague.
Yeah, probably a colleague is probably a better way to describe it.
She's a work friend.
Yeah.
There we go. The work friend of the party, Cressida Croft.
All right, brilliant. And of course, last but not least, we have Rykon playing the role of Dante. Presuming Rykon is still away, Dante is a Kitsune druid who is on a quest to try and bring to justice a drug dealer who had been operating out of Corvosa, whose actions led to the demise of a dear friend of Dante's, and he is now out for revenge. Not to, seek it vigilante, violent style, but to see justice truly be done, and this person taken off the streets. So there you go. All right. Well, next, we have, of course, our last person to thank for our stream, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing audience members. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming and supporting the channel. Just by being here, of course, you make a world of difference to our channel and get to earn channel points that you can use to influence the game while we're playing. All channel points can be used for channel point redemptions for things like insight bonus, inspiration, wandering monsters, random encounters, divine intervention, and many, many more. And hey, subscribers, you guys get to earn channel points at a greater rate. So, if you want to subscribe, it's a good reason to. Then, of course, for those of you who are able to, as always, the Dano's a Gamer channel is the main support of my, 9 to 5, day to day. And there is a monthly DAG support down the bottom there, which means, like just stuff that I need to hit in order to pay bills, do all the cool stuff. And if you are able to donate for the entertainment you receive, then you will also receive some more tangible rewards for our game while we play. For $5, you will donate to get either a hero point for our players or a jinx point for me. Hero points can be used, these are these red marks, by the way. These can be used to petition the GM for stuff that isn't in the rules, roll with advantage, or save off against a killing blow. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, roll with advantage on bad guys, and basically complicate things ever so slightly as our heroes are playing. For $10, I will draw from either a deck of plot twists, which is this very, very big deck, which is currently merged with my deck of flashback, so we might get a bit wild with that one. So yeah, this deck will basically be I'll draw 3 cards, you'll pick one of them, and whether it's a flashback or a plot twist, that will then be used in the course of the game. So this is a cool little tool that you guys can use to influence and play around with the session while we're playing. Or for $10, you can give a player of your choice a heroic action, which is a random draw from a deck of heroic actions that can be used for like these cool one-off little power things. They're quite good. Yeah. For $20, you can give one of our players a coveted golden natural 20. The natural 20, of course, functions as a natural 20 because we all love natural 20s, and sometimes we just need them. And that's what we've got. Then, of course, for $50, we have 2 big rewards here. Firstly, for $50, you can donate to give a magic item to a player of your choice. These magic items can be used, can either be a item from my player's wish list, a unique set item that I will design, or an item that you homebrew that I will then create and insert into the game. So yeah. Alternatively, if you feel a little bit chaotic and you want to hinder my party, for $50 you can pay for a boss buff, making an encounter more difficult, tougher, changing the parameters of the objective to win, making the environment trickier. It basically just gives everything a steroid boost for the game. So yeah, there you go. Then last but not least, we have our $100 secret menu item. The secret menu item. Now the $100 secret menu item is always a big donation because it not only is a huge support for my goal, but also, it's one of those things that really make a massive difference to my finances and all this other stuff. So it is always a big whopping event that happens. For $100, the secret menu item for Curse of the Crimson Throne today. Now, our heroes have been on a quest to try and earn respect points with the Tribe of the Axe so that they may share some of their ancient history surrounding the dragon Khazavron, who they believe is currently possessing Queen Iliosa back in town. Now, for the $100 secret menu item, the Cinderlands are filled with a number of different dangers. Plenty of which are, of course, the usual deserty type of creatures and critters, and of course the locals who aren't very fond of people, sort of showing up and traipsing around their lands. But there is another that doesn't appreciate being long lost and forgotten. A cursed type of creature. In the event that we get the $100 secret menu item, I will drop our players from the Badlands, wherever they happen to be, into a very short dungeon. I say short dungeon. It's going to be a decent dungeon, but, short enough. Wherein lies a mummy and its curse. Should our heroes emerge victorious, they will get a jewel of great power to use on their adventure. Should they fail, they will succumb to the dreaded curse of the mummy. So yeah. And there's lots of these little pothole ruins and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. That is our secret menu item. Yeah, there we go. Done and done. I think that's it. Are we good? Can we start? Yay! All right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see how this goes. But you know, instead of me doing the recap, Patrick, you started on such a great recap. I would love to hear your recap of what brought Patrick. Oh wait, sorry. Yes, I forgot the donations. Thank you, Schoolie. I didn't forget the donations. I thought I did them, but yeah, I did not because I'm a dum dum. All right, first of all, we have a pre-donation from the show from our dear friend Schoolie, which is a magic item for Alexander. Now, another thing we haven't really touched on is Mercutio's items that he got donated. Question for the group. One, I'm going to say that you presumably collected these items. And two, would these items be suitable for Alexander, given that it's the same player? That question is for Marcus.
Good question. I don't even remember which all it was.
So his items were the Crusaders set. A suit of armor, a shield, and a banner.
I would think that, I mean, it's heavy armor, so it would, but at the same time, the thematic of it wouldn't.
Okay. Sure. I think I'll leave it up to you as to whether or not you want to continue the Crusader set or go with a new set. However, if you do go with the new set, obviously you will have the Crusader set, but obviously you won't be using it. So I mean, you know, it's up to you guys. So I'll leave that for
eBay.
Yeah, so Marcus, I'll leave that for you to decide. You don't have to decide today, but if you are going with a different set, then the two items you currently have, we're gonna make sure that Alexander will have these catered to them. Secondly,
Yeah, cause
yep. Sorry, go on.
yeah, because last week, there was the first one that was donated with bronze, and that was the devil mask that I got last week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
that's all I remember.
Yep. But unfortunately, the item donations do not have the shapeshift function. So once they're locked in, they're locked in.
Right. No, I was just saying that's what.
Oh yeah,
was
but these
donated
items
this
are
week.
what the group has. So whether or not they also want to forfeit these and give them to you, it's up to them. All right, and then of course we have another donation from our dear friend Schoolie, which is of course 3 Jinx points and a hero point for Quinn. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Oh, that's bugging me. Come back here, you. There we go. And a hero point for Quinn. There we go, right here. Bada boom. And of course, the second plot twist. So let's have a quick look. Again, we've got our flashback and plot twist cards. First card is all in the details. So that one's getting discarded. And our second card is the parting of ways. Interesting. Parting of ways.
That would have been perfect for when we had bronze.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Perfect for them.
Alexander takes a 9d10 fireball to the face.
Okay. So now we have everything sorted out. Patrick, if you would be so kind.
Yes. Yes. Oh, recap. Why are we here? Circumstances. So our story so far. After we took care of the blood veil during the celebratory feast, that's when the queen got a crossbow bolt to the eye and just kind of yanked it out, and we decided to fuck off out of town. We rescued the Castilian who had information about what actually happened to her husband and her rise to power. We rescued him from, I forget the dude's name, but he was a Rakshasha. He sent
Ramoska
assassins
Akmanos.
after me. Yeah. He's also sent a bunch of assassins after me because reasons. We then found information from the Castilian and from our friend Venkalo that the Shawanti tribes in the Cinderlands had fought this dragon in the past, many, many years ago, centuries ago, and we should go there to get information on how to defeat this threat that is coming down on Corvosa. So that's what we did. We made our way there. We had a little bit of misadventures on the way involving a giant bear. Patrick got mistaken by some mob bosses for his ex-boyfriend. He was almost murdered by a giant praying mantis in a hot tub. We left that town and we met up with our friend Thousand Bones, who is a Shawanti shaman and was our in getting to the Shawanti and getting all of these quests for respect. So we've gotten the mark of the Thrall Keeper. We just burst out of the side of the Cindermaw. We hunted down the Cinderlander, which was not on the list, but which was bonus respect. And we did one other thing, didn't we? No, we did the Thrall Keeper thing first. Right.
Yeah, you did the
And so now
Thrallkeeper
we're going
thing,
to
and
the
then the Cinderlander was like just an extra thing.
yeah, he was a side quest. And now we're going to do the trial of the totem in our quest for respect, so that the Axe tribe will actually talk to us because we are outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
There's your Cliff Notes.
Love it.
Everyone's all caught up.
Brilliant. And to that we return once again to the blighted lands of the Cinderland. The bleach-boned sand scorching beneath the radiant sun that burns atop where everyone is walking. As you do so, can I get everyone to roll me a fortitude save? Alexander, you take a -4 penalty on this.
What? Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna want to re-roll that.
I think Patrick does too.
All right, it's up to you guys.
Hero point for me.
All right.
Yeah, I've got 2. I'll hero point mine as well.
Sure.
What are we rolling? Because my fantasy grounds just it's not
you're-
responding. It says
A fortitude save.
Fortitude. Wow. Well, technically that's better.
I mean,
if you
yeah,
could roll for me, that would be great, Dag.
absolutely.
Because my fantasy grounds is still not responding. So we'll
No,
just
that's okay. I will roll that for you. Your fortitude is 15, and you've rolled a 16 for a 31.
sweet.
All right. Now, as you make your way, the hot sun that belts down on you is not forgiving in the slightest. Patrick, you have gained fatigue as you are overheated.
It's that big leather coat, you know.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Plus
the leather
Agnes
coat.
would have her heat-proof parasol up as well.
All right, there we go.
And
Everyone
myself
else,
with my hat.
yeah, everyone else, you do the best you can in order to try and keep cool, sticking to various shadows, drinking water. It seems as though this area of the Cinderlands is particularly warm. Shadfar and Nalmid, the 2 surviving Skull Clan scouts who are witnessing your trial, explain to you that these are the lands of the Sun Clan. It is the hottest part of the desert, and it is where you will speak with the Sun Shaman for his trial. They tell you to be warned, though. The people of the Sun are honorable, but they are very unforgiving. You will not get second chances with them should you make a poor impression. But they will speak on your behalf to the Sun Shaman, so at the very least he will see you and hear you out. It is around nightfall when you arrive at what looks to be a series of these strange pylons made of stone. It looks as though they've been carved and shaped out of these black obsidian, just these black obsidian towers that have been carved very, not poorly, but they're not perfect. You know what I mean? Like, they're not like square pillars or anything like that. They are carved. You also notice that there are black marks around the ground here that move like rivers. You also feel the crunch of glass beneath your feet, as these almost like thin layers of glass are just littering the floor here. You're all wearing shoes, so no one's impeded by it in any way. Eventually, you see several warriors rise up, their heads adorned with these large, brightly colored feathers, as they wield weapons made of the same type of obsidian. You also notice that they have riding mounts that appear to be these large, angry-looking birds with axes for beaks. The two Shawanti in front of you raise their hands. Kolomatasken, what are tala inekesir? Zulquaran Tors, Quan Madanfa, as they point in your direction. One of the tribesmen steps forward. Indolon fakantistur. Mor bochishkirban. Laura, you who speak Shawanti know that they have basically just explained your situation and the trial that you're undergoing, and that you seek an audience with the Sun Shaman. They've told you to wait here, but not to touch anything until the Sun Shaman arrives.
I'm still pass that information on to everybody else.
Nice. Now, as they finish up, they kind of move away and out of sight. You have you have a while by yourselves if there's anything you want to talk about or discuss before the shaman arrives.
Well, I don't suppose anybody has any kind of idea at all as to what these trials are going to involve.
Given the track record, pain, suffering, grievous bodily harm. But I don't know. I think we'll just have to wait and see.
All right.
Do you think we'll all have to do them?
When you're friends with them, do you know what's going on?
Quinn, you muted.
Yeah, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm friends with who?
The barbarian people.
No. I mean, I knew Thousand Bones, but you did too from the same exchange back in Corvosa, but I don't know all the Shawanti.
Thought that's why Thousand Bones came to find you in the first place, because you knew all of them.
No, just reputation. He came based on my reputation. It'd be useful if I knew them all, though. Might be helpful right now.
Yeah, it'd make this a lot easier. But I mean, even so, that's just one shaman in one tribe.
And also, really, I mean, the wasteland. It's literally called the wasteland, and not one of you thought to bring, I don't know, an umbrella or something. I mean,
I mean,
that
I
thing's
got a
been
hat.
panting for miles now.
Look, I mean, what can I say? I grew up in the city.
In my defense, I was
So
eating my words.
far, it hadn't been a problem, but yeah, it is remarkably hot here.
Yes, that's what happens in wastelands.
After about 20 minutes or so, actually, it's probably closer to an hour by the time that someone comes back. Can I get another series of fort saves from everyone?
Oh no,
Ah,
not again.
finally! I have my character sheet back.
I'm gonna use that hero point.
All right, by
I'm-
all means.
Nice.
All right, 28. That's a little bit better than last time.
All right. Everyone seems to be holding off in the heat. Your water is still fine, like you've got enough water, but like you definitely don't want to be hanging around for too long. Eventually, a procession seems to follow a elderly woman who is dressed in the Shawati tribe's garbs. They have symbols of the sun emblazoned on most of their body in various places. So you are the Tashmek wanting to be part of the tribes. I am the shaman of the sun. You may call me Lindala.
It's a pleasure, Nindala.
Pleasure
I am
is.
Agnes, and then she'll introduce the rest quickly.
She nods and she says, "The pleasure is mine. Your guides are from the Skull Clan. We very much respect our brothers from this tribe that takes care of the dead. But while they have carried much trust, our kind doesn't see outsiders as trustworthy. Our people have endured much at the hands of those claiming to be friends to our tribes. But friendship does not endure in the face of adversity. If it is a trial to prove your respectfulness that old Thousand Bones seeks, then we shall give you a trial. Have you enjoyed our beloved scenery here?" She gestures at the large obsidian statues.
They are quite majestic.
Indeed they are. Each of these is a symbol of pride for our tribe. These are known as the Bolt Rocks. The spiritual significance of these is that when a new chieftain is found and named, they will carve one of these large obsidian stones, and forever it represents them within the tribe. A way for us to honor them. Every year, we will also take the eldest high upon a nearby plateau so that they can oversee and once again look at and appreciate the tribe's prosperity. The time is now coming, and the stones must be moved. The trial that I wish for you is to help us with the ceremony. She selects a few totems and assigns one to each of you. The tribe is about 20 minutes from here, she says, pointing to the plateau. You will have 1 hour to carry these totems to the top of the plateau, where there are several divots in the ground that you will place these stones in. Then, for 2 days, you must keep these stone monoliths in place. On the dawn of the 3rd day, any totem still upraised will receive the approval and blessing of the Sun Clan. But for 2 days, you must remain on top of the rock. You will not be provided food and drink, though you are welcome to provide them yourself. And if you have any magics to aid you, you are welcome to use them. So long as the rocks do not topple, nor do they break. Still believe yourself worthy of the challenge?
In 3 days' time, we shall know for sure.
The old woman smiles with a wrinkled, almost toothless grin. She gestures and begins to leave with the armed guards that are with her. The Skull Clan tribesmen who are observing you will continue to stay with you, and she will wish you good luck. Now, each of the totems is hollow, but still nonetheless weighs about 500 pounds apiece. Anyone with a strength score of 17 or higher can kind of lift these off the ground, though staggering at a speed of 5 foot around. Anyone 10 or lower strength, you'll have trouble moving these. These will barely move for you.
Dante is going to use the shapeshift, the wild shape, so that he can actually move. And he will once again be a grizzly bear, because at least they have hands to some point.
All right. You
For some
transform
reason,
yourself into a grizzly bear.
sorry.
All
For some
right,
reason, I've got a
so
spell slot cast, and I don't know why, because I haven't cast one.
Oh yeah, actually, sorry. There should have been. Sorry, let me refresh that. There should have definitely been enough time since your last encounter that you will all have had an overnight rest by now.
okay, so it's just kind of shows the bonus for my
Our
stats.
sheets Yeah, our sheets don't show the actual
Uh,
stat; just shows the bonuses.
Oh,
Plus-
sorry. Yes, my apologies.
plus-
So
plus
let me go
0
through
would
that again. Let
essentially
me
be
translate. Just remembering, of course, that a lot of my notes here are written for first edition, not second. So, to translate this into second edition, those of you with a strength of 0 will barely be able to move them. Those with a strength score of 3 will be able to lift them, but staggering at 5 foot around.
Okay, so if we're at, say, a 2, we're going to need some help.
Yes. I mean, you can move it, but
How-
it is just a slow and arduous process.
And those of us at a -1?
Oh no!
Well,
You're in management.
You're also tiny, so that doesn't help either.
All right, Alexander will help Holly lift hers. He'll do his then hers.
keeping
Well,
in
we
mind,
don't
it
have
is
to-
a 20-minute walk there at full speed.
Okay.
So
You
we
have
have
1
to walk
hour.
20 minutes. Right. So we're walking to and how many of these do we have to move?
One
One
per
each.
person.
Okay. So, but you don't have to have one person move it. It's just 6 in total.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, I won't do that wild shape because that only lasts a minute.
So if
Ah!
we've got 6 of them, and it's 20 minutes there. There's 6 of us. So, if we do two each, there and back is going to be 40 minutes, and then we've got enough time to bring one more. So, I don't know, Agnes. I don't suppose you can just move these with your mind.
Not for that length of time, no.
Yeah. No. I really wish we had our cart with us.
If we summon Badham, how quickly does he arrive?
Pretty quick.
So is this like, do we just say his name 3 times?
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know. Badham, Badham, Badham.
Well, on the first time that you say it, the piece of paper for his business card burns up. And as it does, there is a sudden shift. You hear the sounds of horse hooves suddenly making their way towards you. And in the distance, you sure enough see... Nope, that's not the one. Oh god. Shh. Silence. You see a very, very spirited looking halfling. Oh there, oh there.
Is he
All
on
right.
a single horse or is he on a wagon?
He's
got
on
goods and stuff.
he is on a wagon.
Is it a team of 2 horses?
Yeah, I think so. Wagon, 2 horses, and then all of his wares. As Badham manifests and appears. Well, if it isn't my favorite customers. Always a delight to see you. Quinn, looking as resplendent as ever. And Agnes, have you done something with your hair? It looks rather fetching on you, darling.
Oh, yes, it's the sand.
Oh, yes, no, I've heard about the exfoliating powers of it. That's all I got. I don't know how to flirt with sand, but that's where we're at. And who might this be? New fella, hey? Don't have to see Hell Knights this far away from the citadels. I always thought that you
Yeah.
armored blokes would, end up getting killed in the heat.
We
He-
can't get him to
Kinda
go
joking.
away.
He just kind of followed us.
Unfortunately, 2 of you saved me, so
Oh, to be fair,
just
yes,
here
we
to
did
repay
find
my
him in the
debt.
middle of a belly of a big giant worm.
Yes, but if he's worried about his sister, you'd think he'd be off.
Oh, I've had very intense, parties as well myself.
Usually the worm is supposed to end up in your belly, not the other way around, though, at intense parties.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
no. Yes, 100%. That's definitely the better way to go about it.
All right, we've got a dilemma, and I'm hoping that you, with your incredible talents and resources, will be able to help us.
Hmm.
I would like to rent your cart for a bit, or your horses for a bit. And I'd also like to see if you have any like potions of giant strength, or so we need to move those. And I point to the big totems all the way up onto that plateau there. And we
Hmm.
only have an hour to do it. What can you give us?
He has a look at his wares as well as his cart. Now, looking pretty much as hi Reyna. Looking at the variety that he has in him, you guys need to move 6 of these 500-pound statues. Now, the cart that he is in can easily take 2 of them for sure. As for the remaining 4, he says, well, I mean, there might be something I might be able to do. Where is it here? No, this potion. What does this one do? No, you need to.
Like,
That's not going
Do
to
you
work.
have one that will shrink it for a period of time?
No, but yes, but it can't drink a potion. It's
Got it.
you know.
Can't.
Or
not
make
like a
somebody
salve.
else bigger.
Yeah.
Oh yes, no, I can make someone bigger. I have an embiggening potion, that's for sure.
And how long does that last for?
Good
Although I suppose
question.
if you were extra bigger, it would take you less time to get to the
Right.
top as well.
So, and while we're exploring magical means, you said that these are all hollow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like hollow in the bottom, like they might go on to a post or something. Are there any like wooden beams or posts in the area?
Not really, no.
Okay.
He says his potion of enlarge will last 1 hour.
Oh,
His
and how much is that
potion.
deity?
Excellent. And how many do you have?
Roll a d6.
Oh, and also Patrick, I don't know if this would be any help with you. And Agnes pulls a 10-foot pole out of her bag of holding and passes it
Well,
to you.
chances
watched that
be
just slide.
he has 6.
I watched it just slide against the corner and come back and didn't even move anywhere else.
I'll take the lot.
Oh, well, brilliant. All right, well, that will be carried 7 plus this. Are you still hiring the wagon as well?
Do we still need the wagon if we've got the embiggening?
I mean, how big does
No.
it make you, and how strong? How much can you carry when you're embiggened? Really,
So
that's
when
good.
you're embiggened, you're look. Yada yada yada. Lasts for an hour. You get a +2 you get a +2 bonus on your check. So basically, your strength is equal to 2 higher than it currently is.
I would still
And-
need this.
You need like
I-
more than one potion, right?
I have a means
to say.
of potentially taking care of 2 of them.
Doesn't increase our distance as well.
No, it doesn't do anything to your speed, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Speaking of speed, uh,
I think we'll
60
take the wagon too.
60-foot fly speed. How long would that take for there and back?
You would not be able to fly with a 500-pound anchor tied to you while flying.
It is a mount.
Oh, a mount? Then your mount
It
would
is
not
a
be able to fly
large-
with a
It
500-foot.
is, it is a large mount that just states that it can it can bear the target with any carried possession.
A 500-pound boulder, if you cannot carry it, is neither carried nor a possession.
I can carry it.
Unless you can,
zero.
truly justify how your flying mount is able to do this, it is beyond the parameters of your spell.
I am just saying what it says on the spell.
Good, and I, as a GM, am arbitrating the rules surrounding the use of your ability.
I'll take the 6 beginning potions, the rental of your
Wait,
cart.
hang on. Who can actually carry one?
I mean, I can kind of lift one, but I
that was
need help.
actually going to be one of my questions is, so at a +3 strength, you said we would be able to carry it, but with slight difficulty with just a movement penalty.
Yep.
At +5, would that allow me to carry 2 with the same difficulty as if I were carrying 1 normally?
No, you need 6.
All right. So at a +4, would I be able to just hoist one and walk with it?
Yes,
Okay.
at half speed.
So at half speed.
I'll take the
Okay,
6
so-
potions, the rental of the cart, and 12 waters, please.
Very well.
We
Oh, and-
technically do have a wand of create water and endure elements.
Okay, that's useful.
All right. He will say, well, normally that'll fetch about 120 gold pieces there. But, seeing as you're such good clients and, I definitely want to nurture a good, long relationship here, I'll do it for 80.
You got it.
All right, 80
Right.
gold pieces.
And can I buy another business card?
This business exchange was good. He flicks you another one. Basically, the way he
Awesome.
works is if you piss him off, he just doesn't give you a second one.
Right, got
Or
it.
if you summon him and don't buy anything, he'll just be like, oh, yeah, these people, I'm not giving you my business card. So, yeah, he'll flick you another one. And will escort you up the hill. Now, as far as drinking the potion goes, there are 2 stones on the cart. We have 4 more stones to get up the hill. Who is drinking a potion? Who is climbing up? What is going on?
So Patrick will drink a potion because it's going to give me +2. That will get me up to a +4 for strength, and I will be able to carry 1 up.
Very well. That's another one down.
I can carry 1 normally, so
Mm-hmm. All right, that's another one.
I
up.
will take a potion.
Okay. And that leaves one last one.
See, the thing I hate about this spell, it gives no stats.
Which
Hey,
spell?
well,
Or-
if
Marvelous.
me and Dante, I was going to say, if me and Dante take a potion each, and we could carry it together.
Sorry, marvelous mount. Did you say?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes sense, Agnes.
Because even taking it for me wouldn't really do anything.
Right.
Mm.
Holly,
Yeah,
you're
because my
just-
strength's
you're
like
the guiding.
0. Yeah, my strength's 0, so like
So
plus
is mine.
2, and then so I think if me and Dante took an beginning each, and then carried it together,
Yeah.
that might.
Yep.
So
Then you can
keep in
both move at
mind.
half speed. Would you want to do that? Team up on the last one?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sweet, easy done. The both of you drink and swig a potion each. So I believe that is 3 potions out of the 6 now consumed. One for Padric, Dante, and Agnes. Quinn didn't drink. Oh, Quinn did drink one as well. Yes, so that's 4 actually. So there's 2 remaining. Very well. And you, without any real issue, will scale the hill that is nearby. Eventually coming to an overlook that seems to look down on the village known as Flameford. And the divots are easy enough to find. As you place the various stones in them, they stand almost like a circular council, both addressing one another and also looking down over Flameford. As you struggle and move, you move the totems upright. However, you realize that you need to keep a hand firmly on a pillar each, or it will not stand.
All right. So one of them, they're hollow, right?
They are hollow.
Can we stick the immovable rod in one of them and use that to hold it up?
So there's no way to get into the hollow section without breaking into it.
Okay, so it's not like, oh, there's a hole in them and they're just
I mean, you could
hollow
technically
inside.
you just place it against it and activate it.
Yeah.
It is an immovable rod.
Well,
Yeah.
how much of my Peter Parkour rope do I have left?
I mean, technically it's magic, so it's infinite, so...
Okay. So
And I've also got these
how
2
is it
ropes as
long
well.
enough to kind of wrap around them and stick to each of these things?
They are spaced out
And then-
that if you tied them together, they would all topple into the center together.
Okay.
Right, because we could take turns, because I've got a couple of ropes as well. And
Right.
if we could just like ropes one on each side and pin them down, because and she's just pulling things out of this bag of holding. There's like a climbing kit and pitons and a crowbar. She came prepared for this. And we could tie off a couple of them with the ropes and some pitons, and then we could take turns holding them. The other ones, if we kind of keep all of them upright. And and I've got this as well. And she pulls out a tent and for some shade.
That sounds good. All right.
They said
I
we had
think
to sit on
we've got
top of them too, didn't they?
No, they didn't say we had to sit on top of them. We had
But
to
you
be
have
on
to keep a
top
hold of
plateau.
them.
All of them.
And we
Yeah.
have to keep them upright.
Right. Not that we have to like sit on top of them and balance them with our feet for 3 days.
Although that would be amusing.
So
Alexander,
let's
I
not
think-
give them ideas.
Well, once
hey-
once you've offloaded, Badham will excuse himself. He has other clients that are calling, and he must away. But wishes you luck on whatever this stone thing you're doing is.
Thanks so much, Badham.
Thanks, Badham.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
I just want to have a look around. Is this a rocky plateau? Like, are there lots of other like rocks? Around
Yeah, there are
here?
lots of other rocks.
Because I wonder if we could just build like a little wee base out of out of rocks or something as well for one or two of
Definitely,
them.
definitely. I certainly would want to look around and see if there's rocks that we can use to kind of wedge in against to hold them up. Any sticks that we can use to prop, anything we can, or things that we can use for
All right.
guy lines to hold them
Patrick,
together.
as soon as you move to go and find some rocks, the
All right, I will.
starts to tip. It is about to fall.
No, I'm gonna. As soon as it starts to move, I will.
Reach
it's
up and
like-
you grab hold of it. Yep.
All right. I might have an idea. Could I use
Well,
Alright.
technically we have one person that can, move around because of the immovable rod.
If we damage the pillars at all, will they get mad at us?
Mhm.
Yes.
They are hollow.
They're hollow and they're made of a extremely sharp, durable, but also fragile material.
They are indeed.
Very
Obsidian is
dense.
very well known for how brittle it can be.
It's glass. So they're big dark glass pillars that we have to hold up for 3 days.
Yep.
Throws that plan out the window.
All right.
So how much time do we have before they get here?
They
Are
don't
we
need
doing
to.
on time?
You know what? I did forget to mention this as well. Does she actually share that knowledge? Hold on, let me just check something real quick. The Sun Shaman will return and tell you that she is happy that you were able to get here within the hour, and wishes you luck on your journey for the day. He says this is also a trial that shows that it's not just a trial of our people, but also a trial of fate. It is a trial of the divine, and it is very closely tied to approval by the leaders of our clans, of which these stones represent. She also says that again, any means necessary is perfectly fine, but you need to do this on your own. And she will share a story, which I have a button for.
Oh,
I don't know
boy.
what she's going to say or how much she's going to say, but I'm going to go for it.
We'll find out soon.
Many hundreds of years ago, a man named Mandravus gathered a small group of heroes to fight a despotic blue dragon named Gazavon, and my ancestor was one who joined this crusade. This ancestor, a shaman named Amarund, was gone for months. When she finally returned, she was not the same woman. Her hands shook, her eyes carried a haunted stare.
Okay, I feel like if I keep that one going, that might have been the result of you succeeding the thing and gaining the history of the Shanti. So I'm going to leave that one there. So I
Yeah.
believe he's got that information there. I think this one maybe?
I will speak with you about the great evil that the Shanti once guarded of Midnight's teeth. But first I wish to seek out the wisdom of my ancestors. I shall travel to the Carlo Mounds to commune with them. As tradition demands, Chief Redicular and 4 Thundercallers will travel with me through the skies. We shall return in but a day, and so you should take this date.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, okay, cool. So the stories aren't stories that he will share beforehand. These are the stories that once you have done the whole thing, he's going to go and commune with the dead and then share that story. Okay, cool. I love Sirenscape, and sometimes I don't know what the buttons do, and I'm just like, what does this button do? It says, story, the Sun Shaman's tale. And I'm happy with it. Very cool. Okay.
So what I'm trying to figure is we get them, do they have to stay upright throughout the whole thing or just be upright at the end?
Throughout the whole thing.
Okay. So I can't gently lay it down, find something to prop it up, and then put it back up.
No. She also says that the flame forward has many eyes. They will know if the statues are not looking down on them.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay,
I think
so-
definitely we need to prop one up with the immovable rod, and then
This way we can shift.
Do it in shifts.
and find
Agnes
stuff
is-
to help hold things up.
Agnes wants to see which way her stone is going to tip, like on what axis is
Yep.
it tipping?
It
So
doesn't.
she's just gonna kind of
It doesn't
sort
have
of
a
move.
stable. It doesn't have a stable axis. It's almost like a dome kind of bottom, so it kind of like falls on any angle depending on.
So you want to try and force it in that direction.
No, you want it to lean on you, basically.
Well, if you just tie a rope around it and attach that to the immovable rod, that should hold it in place
Yeah, that should.
for a single one.
Like those taper candles.
I think
That-
the
Right,
best
so yeah, so I
versions
think
of
that's what Agnes will do. She'll take out one of her ropes and she kind of like whispers to it, and it uncoils itself
Yep.
and around her pillar,
Mhm.
and then she whispers and it ties itself in a knot, and then she'll attach it to the immovable rod. I'm guessing like quite close to it, like so that it can't go in any direction really. So tie off the rod like pretty much up against the
Yeah, so you're
pillar
just you're
and
basically
activate
tying. You're
it.
basically, rather than tying the rod and then tying the pillar to the other end, you're just strapping the rod to
The rod to
the pillar.
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You activate the immovable rod, and sure enough, you have one very stable looking stone.
And then she'll go and gather a bunch of as many rocks as she can and pile them up around the base of Padrig's to kind of create a bit more of a stable base if possible, to allow both of us to move. If that doesn't work, then she will just take over holding Padrig's while Padrig does engineering things.
All right. Well,
Yeah, can I like do a
Agnes, as
crafting check or
you.
something to figure that out?
All right. Well, Patrick or Agnes, either of you or both of you, if you would like, you may make me a craft check in order to create a like a little makeshift stand here.
Yeah, that's why I'll go over and hold Padrig's stone while
33.
All right, brilliant. Yeah, you do manage to create a little sort of a little whatever you call it. Like it's like a foundation, basically.
Mhm. Okay, so we've got two stabilized. Let's see if we can do this for all of them. I definitely want to, as I'm moving, keep a weather eye and make sure that it stays stable.
Sure. All right, I'm gonna mark in green which ones have been stabilized. So Agnes's one has been stabilized.
It is not on the top thing.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I was
This
about
way.
to say it'd be just do like a big circle, one like not a solid one, and then just put the green in the center.
Okay, so Agnes's is stable, and then Padrig's is stable as well. Okay, who would you like to try next?
I think let's stabilize Holly's because she's little and weak.
All right, make a craft check.
Ooh.
A 21. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Okay, it seems to be stable. Next.
All right. Not feeling as confident about that one. Keep an eye on it. We'll go for Dante's next.
All right, go for it. Make the roll.
30.
All right, 30 it is. Done. Next.
All right. I'm just gonna go in a circle, so we'll do Alexander's next. $30 again.
All right. And then Quinns. Nice.
Nat 20. 37.
All right. This one's pretty secure. All right. All the pillars seem to be upright and stable.
All right. So I don't know how long these will hold, but you know, I think as long as we don't stray too far and keep an eye on them and at least stay near our pillars so that if they do start to move, we can react and catch them, should be good. Hopefully.
Which direction are they needing to like face, or is there a doesn't matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter. No,
Okay.
where they are
Okay.
is perfect because everyone in town, everyone in the village can see it.
Got it.
All right. Well, 6 hours begins to pass. As you set up some tents, get yourself comfortable so you're in the shade. I do need everyone to make me another fortitude save, please. It is very hot on this mountain. They were not
Would the
exaggerating.
enduring elements do anything against us?
It will indeed.
Because we do have the wand of enduring elements.
Nope.
right.
I am hero pointing that.
I will eat your hero point.
I'm gonna use my hero point too.
And that's not any better.
I will eat your hero point. Sorry, when I said I eat your hero point, it means I'm going to use my jinx point and cancel the both of them.
Oh,
Ah,
of course.
did you
Okay.
eat mine?
I did. It was delicious.
There. We fed Dag his snacks.
You're a mean old GM.
I'm a mean old GM. Yes. Nom nom nom. Okay. So going through it real quick. Our fortitudes for this one, Quinn gets an 18, is a
And I
failure.
got a nat 1.
I can't use another hero point I take.
You cannot.
Oh,
Alexander.
wait. I do have a spare hat, but the hat only protects from mild and severe, but not extreme heat.
Well,
so I don't know if it
the
would have.
endurance elements do work against severe cold or heat.
I
That
have to.
doesn't work against extreme either.
Yeah, this is extreme heat here.
Yeah, so
All
wouldn't do anything.
So, Quinn, you gain fatigue. Alexi, you gain exhausted.
Woohoo.
Actually, no, I
Oh,
think
my
you're fatigue.
pass.
It's just fatigue too. I don't think there is exhausted anymore.
Okay, my parasol protects from extreme.
Oh yeah, I nat 1, so I get double it.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yep. I have to figure that out. Okay, but yeah, you're currently fatigued to exhausted. All right. Let's see. Then we have Patrick has also got a nat 1.
Yep.
Oh no.
And no hero points.
All right. Patrick is
Appreciate
on
that.
3 fatigue. Okay. And then Agnes is on natural 20, so she's fine. Agnes is doing great.
Yeah.
Dante
Also,
is
my
24, also fine.
parasol protects me from extreme heat as well, so I would
Yeah.
be fine anyway.
Yeah. All right. It is grueling to be up here, to say the least.
Yeah, Patrick's taking his shirt off.
Oh
It's
dear,
so-
you'll get sunburn.
it's so hot. I mean, I'm just Agnes. I'm soaked.
Well, that's good.
So something I'm reading of one of my spells to help lose the fatigue condition, but at the same time, it's a soothing spring that acts like a hot spring. It's like, how would that work in this situation?
Well, unfortunately.
Well, you know.
I just need to check the ruling on heat stroke.
Yeah, no, heat stroke's not good.
Because heat stroke might say that you can't remove it until you are cooled down.
I have something that may help,
Okay, here we go.
but I don't.
Characters
So
in this condition make the saving throw. Oh, you also take damage.
great.
All right. I mean, it's not gonna make much of a difference.
I mean, even if you're just fatigued or for those who are exhausted.
Fatigue, yeah. Anyone who has failed their check takes 1 point of damage. So yeah. So 3 damage to Padrig, 1 damage to Quinn, 2 damage to Alexi. Oh yeah, Alexander. Done. Yeah. So yeah, it's not much damage. It's just a little bit of damage. Severe heat. DC increases. No damage increase. And eventually, when you pass out, that's a problem. All right, done and done. All right. It is super hot. You are fatigued. You're tired. If you do the hot spring thing, unfortunately, it does have very specific here. If you put people in hot or boiling water, that is going to deal 10d6 damage to you.
Meanwhile, at the same time, it heals at the end.
Yeah, so you could do it, but it would also incur 10d6 damage.
The heat and the fatigue are getting to Quinn, and she's going to look at Alexander and say, "Why are you here?"
Like I said with Badham, Agnes and Dante saved my life. I owe life debts.
I'm fairly certain that knowing Dante and Agnes, they were happy to do it. It was probably incidental. You were just there.
What's your game? Get him, Quinn.
I don't think that there's any need for you to be following us right now or with us. If you have a life debt to them, you can make it up to them in some other way back in Corvosa.
And yet you're telling me that Corvosa's in trouble, but yet you refuse to tell me which kind of trouble.
Do you not speak with your sister at all?
As I said, it's been a while since we last spoke.
Perhaps you should go check on her then if you're concerned.
I'll say this much. It's the sort of trouble that the Hell Knights were not of any aid to us while we were there. I can't fathom, given what I know of your various orders, that you would be of aid to us when we return. And meanwhile, Patrick's contemplating, I wonder if I open one of my frost bombs on myself, will that cool me down some?
You actually
looking
it's one of those things you contemplate drinking it. You're like,
yeah. cold
This might
damage
be
might be
very
helpful, right?
bad.
Speaking of frost, Meg, so I've got a very specific spell, and it says that if I use the 3-action version, it has a range of 500 feet and an area of 30-foot burst. If I were to use Howling Blizzard high enough in the air where it wouldn't do damage to us,
It just
the
essentially
after
just be rain at that point.
yeah, because the after effect says snowdrifts and icy gales fill the area until the start of my next turn. And it says I shoot freezing winds from my hands. Would that be able to cool us all down?
What's the plan?
To shoot it high enough in the air where the damage won't hit us, but where the snow will still come down and cool the entire area.
Of like the super hot part of like the arid desert.
Well, of just around us, yeah.
Just the plateau, I think, is what he wants to target where we're standing.
Right.
At least
I mean,
get us some sort of
Yeah, it'll
cooling
be
off.
like a huge burst of cold right above us to keep us cool for a little bit anyway.
I'll give this to the audience. Audience, do you believe this plan should work? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Type it in chat. Let me know. I believe it could give a small reprieve, but you're in the desert. It does not. It is like an instant ability. You know what I mean? It's not an ongoing thing that continually churns out cold air. So it'll sort of be like a breeze. It just sort of snaps on and then vanishes. That's where my head's at.
Well, and that's the other thing. At the very end, it does say that snowdrifts and icy gales fill the area until the start of my next turn.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of the part of the. It's only like for an instant. It doesn't cool down like a whole area for an extended period of time. It won't necessarily do anything against your.
And Tadrig's opinion on this would be very concerned about anything that's going to create any sort of wind.
Well, and I'm thinking thermal shock and
Yeah.
hearing cracks along all those monoliths.
Well, this is not
Yeah.
Alexander asking the party. This is me asking the DM if it could work. Because if it won't, then I'm not going to.
He's trying to figure it out. Yeah. So I've got 1 from Scott saying yes. Anyone else? Horses in the race. 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Well, while we're waiting, Dante is going to try a combination of Prestidigitation and Frostbite spell on the water in his water skin.
Sure. Your water is now chilled. We got another 1 from Thaddeus, so that isn't accepted.
The real question is, how long does it work?
It'll work enough to cool down the area. Yeah.
Oh no,
Alexander?
I was meaning the combination on my
Oh, yours.
water
Yeah,
skin.
yours is just ice water until like a couple of hours maybe.
With
Okay.
that, then, can I also, because I have prestidigitation too, I've got my sweat-soaked shirt. Can I cool that down? Sort of like
Sure. Yeah, you lower the
air
temperature of your
conditioning, you know.
sweat-soaked shirt. You're sort of cooling off a little bit. I think with all of your efforts, I'm going to remove a fatigue from each of you.
Okay.
Yeah, Dante is just gonna go around doing the combination of Frostbite and Prestidigitation with
Is Frostbite a
everyone's water
cantrip?
skin. Yes.
Okay.
I had to look for cantrips because it's like the higher level spells is just like
All right.
they're
So
mostly
it's-
AoEs.
All right.
So with the 2 1s, does that mean yes?
With the 2 1s, yes, it does mean yes. It will cool down,
Alright,
and I
then
am
I will-
considering that. Bye, Christina. Eat well. All right. All right. the temperature rising but cooling by the efforts of your team, you seem pretty well off, pretty well contented. Let's have a look. All right. Can I get a perception check, please? Dante, Padrig, Quinn,
Ooh.
and Agnes. No, yeah, and Agnes. All of you notice that the pillars have started to shift and are slipping, with the exception of Quinn's and Padrig's. The other 4 are starting to slip.
Including the one with the immovable
Center.
rod.
No, that was Padrig's one. So Padrig and Quinn's one aren't moving at all, but the other 4 have started to slip.
Oh,
You,
okay,
however,
I thought
noticed this.
Agnes's was the immovable rod.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
thought
okay.
it was Padrig's one.
Well, Agnes tied off hers with the immovable rod so she could run over to hold Padrick's while he engineered
Oh,
the
right.
rest
No,
of
you're
them.
right. Sorry,
Right.
my apologies. So
Yeah.
Agnes's one has the immovable rod and that foundation. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool.
I'll alert everyone that they're starting to move, and
Dante is already beginning to recenter his.
Okay,
yeah,
can
see
I
if
get
I
a
can
strength
shore
check,
up
please?
Yeah, and
No.
from everyone.
From everyone who's correcting their correcting their stones.
Oh,
Agnes will help. Can Agnes aid Holly with hers?
Sure, not a problem. Can I get both of you to make a strength check, please?
Yeah, and I have the
if Holly is there. I didn't even roll a perception earlier.
Oh, come on!
wow.
Do you
All
need
right.
a potion?
I feel like Holly. It's my third nat one this
It's
game.
been pretty bad. Is Mally
It's been
with us
awful.
still? Yay or nay?
They get a +4 on circumstance bonus checks to aid, but I don't know if that strength check was good enough.
Okay, we might need to proceed without Mally, unfortunately.
Well, in that case, can
Patrick.
Agnes use her natural 20 to hold up the pillar?
and Egg uses his to cancel it out.
Okay, and let's go with the strength check here. 10. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, unless you want to use your hero point or your nat 20, Agnes, that pillar is
Yeah,
gonna
that's
come
what I
down.
just said. If Holly looks like she's going AWOL, Agnes will use a nat 20 to hold up the pillar.
All right.
pillar.
I will eat your nat 20. No, I don't eat your nat 20. It's fine. All right. Nat 20! As you slide in and manage to save the pillar from toppling.
She's done this before. She digs down quickly with her feet, so her feet are get buried in the sand to get that extra, staying power. It's just that extra oomph. Leverage, that's the word I'm looking for.
All right. I love it. Okay. And next up we have Padrig's natural one.
Help!
Now, did you use the hero point that you have?
I did, and you ate it.
Did I? Oh yeah, I did. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
I just forgot to take them off.
Otherwise, I would be using a hero point to get rid of that natural one. I used it on the last natural one I rolled, and you.
Oh
you
yes, I
pinpointed
do recall.
it.
I do recall. Yes, there we go. Hey, what's up, Draconic Skull? I just noticed we have a few people who just joined us in chat. Guys, what our group is currently... What the hell is that? What happened there? Where is... Oh, I pushed the wrong button. That's why. There we go. All right. What's happening in our game at the moment? Our heroes are doing a trial of the Shawanti, where they are trying to curry favor with local barbarians. Their task is to keep 6 sacred pillars upright for 2 days straight atop a large plateau. Our
Patrick,
heroes have...
we do have a trial reroll.
Dante, I'm recapping for the audience. Thank you. I appreciate that. Send him a message in Discord. You can communicate that way. So anyway, as I was saying, there is several large obsidian statues that are currently being held aloft by our heroes. Each one of our heroes has one of these pillars that they're holding on to as tight as they can. Agnes has tied an immovable rod to one of the pillars, which is this pillar here. And this pillar here has a foundation that was kind of made really solidly around it, so it's not budging and not moving. The other 4 have started to wobble and shift. Holly's one has just been saved by Agnes. Dante and Alexander have managed to keep theirs up. However, Padrig's has begun to fall and looks like it is about to smash onto the ground. Dante, you were saying?
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, we have 2 trial rerolls that could be used.
Yes, from the Harrow reading.
That's right.
Yes.
Would you like to use
All
one of
right,
them?
This does, if everyone's cool, because I know this is like a group reroll.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's an appropriate scenario for it. So
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely.
all right.
All right,
I
re-roll
will
to
do
try and
that.
keep it up.
I have a last dish
Giggity.
spell that can work, but I can only do it once. So if we can use a reroll.
19. That's a little better.
All right, you managed to hold it and keep it upright. With a sigh of relief, you kind of quickly rebuild the stands. They do work, mind you, but after 6 hours, they seem to kind of lose their bearing between the winds and the just general stuff that's going through the plateau here. However, you do know that Quinn, you and Agnes's ones are not moving at all. They're
Okay.
super solid.
All right. So can I do anything to reinforce it, or just these are what they are and these 4 are going to be wobbly?
You can try
mean,
another
I have
craft check
some-
if you'd like, but obviously it
I
comes
have
with
some
its own
more-
risks.
Got some more rope. I mean, if we could find like a large, strong enough stick or something to stick in the ground that we could tie it to.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we want to do that, we've got to have at least 4 points so that it's going to keep it stable in each direction. 6 would be better. That's a little more complicated. I think as long as we're aware, we just you keep an eye on them. I can see if I can try and do a better job with some of these, but I think I don't want to mess with them too much in case I destabilize the whole thing. But certainly, I mean, these should hold for a little while. It's worth it if we want to look around and see if there's anything else that we can use to kind of anchor some of these in place. The more that we have really secure, the better. Yeah, we probably should ask Badham if he had another immovable rod or 6.
Well, I do have a climbing kit, so there's 50 foot of rope and the pythons.
Yeah,
Pythons.
I've got one of those
I mean,
too.
Pythons will be good. I think with the amount of rope that we've got, we can probably get at least one pretty stable with the climbing kit. And then there's only 3 that we have to keep as close an eye on.
All right. If you would like to make
I
a
have a
craft...
climbing kit too.
All right. So, with the climbing kit and
So
the
we could do
pittons
2.
attached to it, you may make 2 craft checks to try and secure them from multiple anchor points, tying the ropes between all the pittons in order to keep it upright.
Can I try
Okay.
and attempt to aid him on those ones as well? Because you get a
Sure.
+4 if I
Do you have
succeed.
any ranks in craft?
Flimsy
Are
crafting.
you
I have a
trained in craft?
+11. I'm not trained in it,
If
but I
you're
have a
not trained, then
+11.
you don't lend any assistance, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Patrick.
All right. Is there anyone else trained in crafting, or is it just me?
Alas, no, I do not have any training. Sorry.
That's fine.
Neither do
Oh.
I.
All right. So I'm rolling this with advantage.
Oh wait, no, because I have a skill. Hang on a second. An ability called
No, it is not with advantage.
Clever
Okay.
Improviser. I have Clever Improviser. You gain the Untrained Improvisation General feat. In addition, you can attempt skill actions that normally require you to be trained, even if you are untrained.
That would be an action that you would take. Oh, sure. I'll give you a +2 then, Patrick. From
It's just a feat, like Clever Improviser. that I've
yeah,
got.
sure. Yeah. Which I mean, if it treats you
So
as if
it
you are
allows us to
trained.
use skills. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. All right, Patrick. 2 craft checks.
All right.
Oh,
Beautiful. All right.
that was
one of the.
that was my help, Patrick.
Yeah, that was the help entirely. All right, so that is the second one that is now very well secured, and one more.
All right.
All right, another very well secured one as well. Okay, you now have
Watch, they
2
won't be able to take them down.
Yeah, you've actually got so now there's only 2 of them that need to be held up. The other 4 are very well secured.
So at least now
Excellent.
we'll be able to sleep in shifts in the tent and get out of the heat a little bit.
Absolutely. I think that's a good thing.
All right, the advantage here is that with multiple of you now being able to stay, the next 6 hours goes by relatively easily. You even manage to go to town and pick up some food and drink in order to bring it back and enjoy. This will lower your fatigue. Actually, no, this is heat, so no, this won't lower your fatigue. And because you used your climbing kits, you still got your tent, so that's fine. Could I get everyone to make me another fortitude save, please?
Not again.
All right. Alexander and Quinn.
I would like to use a hero point.
You may use a hero point.
And I am still supposed to be taking that -4 because that's what I've been doing, right?
I would
Yes.
not want to use that.
Well, unfortunately, you have to. So, another round of fatigue. This one is for Quinn, and one is for Alexander. Done. All right. Again, super hot. It's just uncomfortable. But it looks
At
like
least there's cold water.
Yeah, it looks like the temperature is starting to cool down as you begin to head slowly into nightfall. As it does so, can I get a survival check from everyone, please?
What's happening? Sorry, I had to take my headphones off because I heard strange
Survival
sounds, and
check.
It's just really heavy wind. Okay.
Woo!
Let's go.
All right. Dante, Quinn, Agnes, and Patrick. All of you begin to notice a small, like, sort of group of creatures seeming to head in your direction. They're not rushing and they're not aggressive. Quite the opposite, in fact. It appears as though they are a herd of Auroch, kind of like yak-like creatures built for the desert that kind of like, imagine like a furry cow, bison-like thing. But they are heading in your direction, which is, I mean, of some measure of concern.
Oh, if they get curious, this could end badly. Perhaps we should try and redirect them.
So, what do I know about the behavior of aurochs? Keeping in
Nature
mind
check.
that I do have this. All right, and I do have a skill. I will.
Dubious knowledge.
Yeah, dubious knowledge. So I'm gonna learn something.
Okay.
All right, nature check. Nature.
All right.
20.
Yeah, with a 20, you know a little bit. Let me share an image here. So these are the auroch. They are large horned bulls with dirty black hides, are relatively aggressive and ill-tempered. They make good
Mostly,
companions and can be trained and domesticated. They're basically just what they are.
Are they inclined to go up a series of stairs to the top of a plateau?
These ones seem to be heading in that direction.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
I'm gonna go start a fire at the bottom of the stairs.
You head down and you light a fire.
So campfire. Go
Let's
back up to
scram
the
away.
Done?
deterrent anyway.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna like pounce up the cliffs. They're not like goats or anything.
Let's have a look. Where's this gonna work? 57. Yeah, it'll work. All right. The aurochs seem to head towards the plateau and see the fire. They're not really alarmed by it, but they choose to steer clear of it, carrying on and moving away. For now.
Good thing.
Hadrick's just kind of like, really seems weird that a herd of cattle would try and go up a bunch of stairs.
Really go for a steak right now.
Oh, yeah,
Agnes just hurries back to check on the other two stones while we're all distracted by the cows.
We are still fine.
Well, we've left some people up to keep them up, hopefully.
Could I get a strength check, please? As you try to hold on to the last two. Multiple people can do it, but it requires two of you at least.
Agnes will attempt with her measly strength. Yet again.
All right,
I will-
Alexander is not quite doing it here.
I'll lend my help.
Eee.
Ooh, Agnes and Quinn have not managed. All right, Patrick's done good, but Dante hasn't either. So one of them starts to topple.
I'm gonna just use my nat 20.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Bet. All right. Yeah, you hang on to it, and you have quite a firm grip of it. Once again, it has not fallen. At this point, you hear something making its way towards you. I don't know what they sound like. I'm gonna give it my best shot. You suddenly hear hopefully no, it's not playing that one. Alright, here we go. Let's try this one. The sound of beating wings and cawing coming from nearby as vultures begin to circle around you. They start to land on nearby rocks, eyeballing you carefully. As they do, I need another fort save from everyone.
Do I take the -4 penalty to this one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right.
20.
Hero point.
Very well, Quinn. You may re-roll.
Is this still
Thank
for
you.
the heat thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Is a 19 going to pass or fail?
A 19 is going to fail.
Okay, I will use a hero point.
All right, Dante using a hero point. Okay,
I'm just gonna fail because I don't have any.
very well. Okay, Patrick, you gain a fatigue. And you start to feel really queasy. And you will start to feel like you're about to pass out. Quinn, you re-rolled and saved. Alexi, you also saved, but barely. And Dante, you have saved as well. Marcus
Okay,
the
so I'm at-
Storyteller has redeemed a divine intervention for Patrick. Patrick, you get a reroll.
All right, thank you. All right.
Can I flavor this as Alexander praying to his god to help?
That's better.
All right, Patrick, you do not feel like you're about to pass out. But Alexander and Patrick, you are definitely feeling very tired. The vultures, seeing that you aren't indeed passing out, take to the air again, but they are not far away, hungrily awaiting you as night falls and the shadows stretch out. You
Far
set up
away,
a
you say.
shift, but in the dark,
Nope,
something
now we
looms.
just gotta worry about.
How
Yes.
how cold has it gotten
Pretty
during
cold.
the night? Okay.
Pretty cold.
Yeah,
All right.
but at least we can have a fire and keep warm.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah. How bad do the people who have fatigue look?
They look super tired. Everyone looks tired, really, but you know.
Yeah, so I'm still at 2
Yeah.
fatigue,
But
right?
however, we are going to end today's session here, as we have hit that time. And as I said, someone is lurking, overseeing and watching you all from your tent. As we will find out who's on what guard, who's looking after the stones, what this what's this concealed individual wants with our group. We'll find out when we return next week for more Curse of the Crimson Throne. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. My name's Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week, doing amazing stuff. The next show I'm on is Wednesday for Careful Cantrip, over on their channel. And we've also got Reign of Winter on that day as well. So come check those out. Lots of cool, fun, and amazing. All right, we're going to go and raid Scarlet64 and go hang out with our dear friends from Out of the Abyss. Guys, thank you again for joining us. My name is Michael, the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. We will find you guys once again in our next show. But until then, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, and as always, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.